YouTube famous. I don't know, but I have got my first hater, so I'm on my way. Because you can't be YouTube famous and not have haters. Sorry, I just find it hysterical that people get so hot and bothered about things they have to watch a video just to press dislike. I dislike your video. That's nice. Whatever. Crack on, sunshine. Right, today I am doing a review on these NYX Total Control drops. So, if you want to find out how these apply and how they fare throughout the day on my oily combo skin, and whether the claim on the back here of 2 drops, 3 drops, and 4 drops will actually cover your face, you're in the right place. Don't go anywhere. Here comes the review. Hey, welcome back from the intro. Right, my face is freshly washed and moisturised, and now I'm about to prime it using, as ever, my regular viewers will know. If you're new, hi, hello, welcome. I use this as my primer because chronic pain and side effects of the meds of the chronic pain leave me with a very sweaty face, and if I don't use this antiperspirant, I haven't got a hope in hell of keeping makeup on my face any longer than about an hour, sometimes less than that. But I did actually discover one day when I forgot to put my usual primer over the top of it, it's actually a really good primer. I'm sorry if my voice comes and goes, my hay fever's kicked in already this year, which is just fabulous. Right, NYX Total Control drops, and to be totally fair to them, I've actually bought the brush that they sell specifically for use with their Total Control drops, which, as you can hear, are very liquidy. What does it say about them? Shake well. Okay. 2 drops plus for light, 3 drops plus for medium, 4 drops plus for full. For your whole face? Really? 2 drops for a whole With just a few drops, our Total Control Drop Foundation delivers sheer to full coverage and a velvety matte finish. Simply adjust the number of drops you use until the desired level of coverage is achieved. More drops equals more coverage. Okay, you get 13 mils or 0.43 fluid ounces in this. I have got a couple of other drop foundations, I have to check that. I'll try and remember to check that for you before I come back on for my check-ins, and I'll just let you know how that compares. This brush is just basically an angled kabuki. I was expecting there to be a real big dimple in it for holding the drops, but there isn't really. I mean, it's just a, you could just use an ordinary flat top. I mean, I suppose there's a tiny wee bit of a well in there. I don't know how well my camera's picking that up. Can you just see there's just a slight well there, but nothing like the YSL one is. Or I mean, I bought one off of eBay ages ago that got quite a big dimple in the middle. Anyway, let's zoom you in. Now, obviously, because they sell it with a brush, and because I've used drop foundations before, using a sponge just doesn't work. So we're just going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently that's going to do my whole face. brush just seems to be eating it. I mean, literally that's 8 drops so far, and it's barely even covered my nose and my chin. Maybe you're meant to drop it directly on your face. It's very Instagrammy of me, isn't it? Well, at least gives you a bit of coverage. I know it looks ridiculously light on me at the moment, but I've got quite a bit of hyperpigmentation. I have teabag stained birthmarks and various hyperpigmentation from bumps and bruises that I had playing rugby, and spots that I picked as a teenager and probably shouldn't have done. And yeah, I'm using way more than they're saying, but you know what, I don't care. I want to see just how much it actually takes to get a decent coverage. I mean, you can actually see that if you compare that to my neck, it's about the right colour. It might be a wee bit light. Do you know what? I can't even remember what colour it was I chose now. 03, whatever shade 03 is called. But at least it means that there are a couple of lighter shades if you are paler than me. Well, I don't know about you, but I lost count of those drops. That was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, should we say about 25 drops-ish? Yeah, 2 drops will give you light coverage, 4 plus drops. Yeah, didn't say 4 plus 21 drops, did it? Sorry, I seem to be in a bit of a grumpy mood with it this morning. I just don't like when things claim something and you're buying the specific tool that they sell to put it on with, and it just eats the foundation. So you have to, why don't they say put it directly on your face? Honestly, I don't know why I wasted my money buying this. I mean, I've got enough blooming flat top brushes I could have used on my own. Anyway, mumble, 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 grumble, grumble, grumble. Hi, how was your weekend? Okay, well, that's the foundation on. I mean, for me, this is, bearing in mind we used over 20 drops, and this is still, this is, I mean, this doesn't, I wouldn't even call this light medium coverage. I don't know if you can see, it's gone really funny just here as well. It's gone very, probably because you're not meant to put the drops directly on your face, but I wasn't getting any foundation on my face when I was putting the drops on the brush. It's gone really weird just there though. Oh, this is going to be a fun one, folks, isn't it? Let's give this Revolution Pro. Actually, no, this is such a sheer coverage. Putting a high coverage concealer on, probably not the best idea. So I'm going to go for my Too Faced Born This Way. I think this is the least high coverage one that I've got. This is in shade Very Fair, and it's their Radiant Concealer. As you know, I don't do these huge great triangles that you see other people doing. It's just not necessary. Particularly if you're over 21, it just settles in all your lines and wrinkles and makes you look older than you are, and nobody's going for that. I always use a flat foundation brush just to blend my concealer in. And as you know, I don't use a separate eyelid primer, even though I've got quite oily eyelids. I've got oily combo skin. I find that just carrying my antiperspirant across the primer across the lids, and then the foundation, and then whichever concealer on, and then setting it works just fine for me, so I don't need a separate primer. If you've got very dry lids, then you might need to consider one perhaps, or if you like to. I know Urban Decay do like tinted primers, don't they? So if you wanted to put like a tinted primer on underneath, then you do you crack on, sunshine. But for me, I just don't see the point in paying out for something extra when you don't need to. As always, I've got my face wipe here to clean these brushes off with. Right, so it is currently 12:15, so that's our check-in time. Do you know what, this might actually be a wee bit too light for me. Oh well, bronzer will save the day, we hope. I'm gonna finish cleaning these brushes off, and I will come back with hopefully a lot more colour on my face. Don't go anywhere. Hey, as promised, I am back. I am curly and I'm more colourful. This is a more neutral look that I've done with one of my favourite palettes, which you will have seen this if you've watched my top 5 palette review. And I'm actually trying out a new Revolution from their, what is it? Nudes collection. This is the metallic lipstick in Bustier. Right, so this has been on my face now for about 45 minutes. I mean, it's okay, everything blended fine over the top of it. I have noticed though, bizarrely, I've actually got a dry patch on my oily nose. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. But as always, I will be back for 2 check-ins minimum, so that we can see how this fares on my skin throughout the day. So I've got a few hours to wait before I come and talk to you again. You're going to see me right after this, so don't go anywhere. Hey, welcome back to the first check-in. It is 5:20. This has been on for just over the 5 hours. Let's have a zoom in and see how it's doing. It's not really settling in the lines, but then it's so patchy, it's really not covering up the tea bag staining that I've got. Still reasonably hydrated under my eyes. Look how patchy it's on there. Look, I mean, you all know I really struggle keeping foundation on my nose, usually because my oils are broken through. I don't get dry patches like this. Pretty much completely gone from across my top lip. Nothing on the end of my nose there at all. Yeah, going off the chin. Base products are still there, but I think that's more down to my primer than it is to the foundation. It's so patchy, and I mean, look at these freckles that you can see. I mean, there's pretty much absolutely. Bear in mind that I used. Oh, bearing in mind, they claim 2+ drops for light coverage. I wouldn't call what I've got medium, and I used over 20 drops. 4+ drops are meant to give you full coverage. In which universe? I really want to put some more foundation on and put some powder on, and I can't because it's a foundation review and I've got another check-in to do. Oh, I'm going to have to go and walk around Tesco's looking like this. not happy. Really, really not happy. I have never in my life had a foundation that makes my nose look dry. My nose is the oiliest part of my face. It's the place that foundation breaks down on first, and yet this is making it look dry. God help you lot out there with dry skin if you try that. I think you can probably guess what my feelings are going to be when I do the sum up on this, but I will come back again at about the 10 or 11 hour mark, and we can see how much worse it's got. Perhaps I'll put a hoodie on. Perhaps I can hide under the hoodie. That might work. I'm gonna go find me a hoodie. I'll see you. Well, you're gonna see me instantly. I'll see you in a few hours. Bye for now. Hey, welcome back to the final check-in. And I'm sounding way too happy for how crappy this foundation is. Let's zoom in, have a look how it's doing. It's just before 10 o'clock, so it's been on about just under 10 hours now. It hasn't settled in my frown lines, basically because there's nothing on my forehead. It's just completely... my under eyes look scalier than an alligator's arse. I've got absolutely no foundation here at all. It's gone dry and on my oily nose, the oiliest part of my face, and it's gone dry and scaly and horrible. It's all, it's all gone dry and horrible around my mouth here. There's pretty much nothing on my chin at all. Even my base products have all faded because the foundation's just gone. It's just... I have oily combo skin. My nose is the oiliest part of my face. This, I had to use over 20 drops to get it to a very, very light medium coverage. I'm not even sure I'd call it light medium. I'm giving it a... well, I don't know what I'm doing. Light coverage for over 20 drops. And obviously because I've had to use that many, it's gone dry, it's gone scaly, and it's just rubbing off. It's just not there. Do I approve the NYX Total Control drops? No, I really don't. Because if it can make my oily skin look this dry and crusty, God help those of you who've got dry or normal skin, because that's... whew. Okay. On that rather frustrated note, you have no idea how embarrassing it was to walk around Tesco's looking this bad. Okay. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to get this muck off my face, and I'm going to put that in the bad bin, and then at the end of the year, when I sum up the worst products I've used this year, you can bet your bottom dollar this is going to be top 5. Sayonara, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Come on, look what I'm putting myself through for you. Alright, that's quite enough of this. I'm going to go and get this mess, what's left of it, off of my face. See you again soon. Bye.